Capsule.
Welcome back. We're diving right back into the world of Monica Everett, picking up with Volume 2 of Secrets of the Silent Witch. If you thought things were complicated before, well, you're in for a treat.
Okay, so let's just remember the core of this whole story, because it's just fantastic. You have Monica Everett, a legendary sage, the Silent Witch, one of the most powerful people on the planet. But, and this is the big but, she's on a top-secret mission as Monica Norton to protect Prince Felix at an academy. And her biggest challenge? It's not some dark lord, it's her own crippling social anxiety.
So in Volume 2, that delicate little balancing act Monica's been trying to pull off, yeah, it really starts to fall apart. The threats to her secret identity just get bigger and bigger, and every single day feels like she's walking a tightrope.
And her cover is so simple, it's almost genius. To everybody else, she's just Monica Norton, this super timid transfer student who can barely say hello. But then she gets put on the student council, which forces her right into the spotlight she's trying to run away from. It just makes everything a million times harder.
Now, as you can imagine, trying to hide that kind of insane power in a school full of mages is, well, it's pretty much impossible. Monica's secret is constantly on the verge of being exposed, thanks to a bunch of close calls that are just getting more and more dangerous.
The first major test doesn't even happen at school. She's on a weekend trip to the town of Cream, and wouldn't you know it, a stray earth dragon shows up and starts wrecking the place. There are civilians everywhere, even some of her classmates. She has to do something, right? But how do you fight a dragon without blowing your cover?
Well, this is where her very specific, very secret specialty comes in. She climbs up the town's clock tower and uses something called remote magecraft. It's this incredible skill that lets her cast a massive spell from super far away, so nobody can possibly trace it back to her.
And her execution is just flawless. She spots another mage down there, a young guy named Glenn Dudley, who is trying his best but failing. So she times a silent remote spell to hit the dragon right between the eyes at the exact same second as his little fireball. The dragon goes down, and everyone, including Glenn, thinks he's a hero who landed a 1 in a million shot. So she dodges that bullet, or dragon, but her next close call comes from something way more terrifying, a classroom assignment. During a pretty standard magecraft class, the professor pulls out a device to measure every single student's mana capacity. And this is where the numbers are a huge, huge problem. Okay, so to even be considered a sage, you need a mana capacity of 150. Monica's? It's over 200. The second she puts her hand on that gauge, it's going to display a number so ridiculously high that her cover as a normal student is just gone, instantly. But then, just as it's about to be her turn, guess who steps up? The hero of the hour. Glenn Dudley, and it turns out his power is so massive and uncontrolled that he accidentally shatters the device. The whole classroom erupts into chaos, which is the perfect cover for Monica to just slip away. Crisis averted, thanks to pure luck. All right, so Monica is handling dragons and exploding magic ages, but now she has to face her real kryptonite: other people. And the social world of the academy is frankly way more dangerous for her. And things get complicated fast. On the one hand, her student council duties are forcing her into these nightmarish situations, like having to learn ballroom dancing. But on the other hand, something wonderful happens. A really cheerful second year, Casey Grove, befriends her. And for the first time, Monica feels like she might actually have a real friend. But those social dangers turn from awkward to literally deadly. A jealous student, Caroline, invites Monica to a tea party and poisons her. The plan was just to humiliate her, but the dose is almost fatal. Monica collapses, and she's only saved because the last person you'd expect, Claudia Ashley, knows first aid. Okay, everybody, buckle up, because this is the moment where the entire story just completely flips on its head. All the little close calls and the social drama, that was all just a warm-up for the real threat, which has been hiding right in front of us. It starts during festival preparations. Her new best friend, Casey, sets up a situation where a huge stack of lumber accidentally falls towards her. Monica reacts instantly, using a secret wind spell to keep her from being crushed. But she knows immediately, something is very, very wrong here. That was no accident. And when Monica confronts her, that sweet, friendly personality, it just vanishes. Casey drops the act and admits it without even a hint of guilt. The friendship, the smiles, the support, it was all fake. A performance from day one. And it gets so much worse. Monica quickly figures out Casey's true purpose. She's not just a liar, she's an assassin. And she's planted this incredibly deadly magical explosive called Spiral Flame right in with the festival fireworks. And who's the target? Of course, it's Prince Felix, the very person Monica is there to protect. The bomb is set to go off in the fireworks storehouse right when the prince is inside doing an inspection. Casey's little accident was supposed to be her alibi. It was the perfect plan for an assassination that looks like a tragedy.
So here we are. The clock is literally ticking. The prince's life is on the line, and Monica is completely out of time and out of options. She has to act now, and this time there's no way to hide the kind of power she's about to unleash.
But even now, with seconds to spare, she comes up with this absolutely mind-blowing 4-step plan. First, she remotely attacks the school from the outside to force up its defensive barrier. Then, get this, she summons an actual ancient wind spirit king to break a trap on the barrier's code. And finally, she hacks and rewrites the barrier's entire magic formula on the fly. It's just staggering.
And it works. It actually works. The rewritten barrier swallows the whole spiral flame explosion, saving Prince Felix and everyone else. What should have been a deadly assassination just ends up looking like a weird, harmless light show. And somehow, Monica's direct role in all of it stays a secret.
So the immediate danger is gone. The bomb's been stopped, but it's pretty clear that Casey was just a pawn in a much bigger game. And that game is far from over.
And just to twist the knife before she's taken away, Casey reveals why she did it. Her homeland is on the border, and it's constantly being destroyed by dragon attacks because they have no mages to protect them. Her desperation made her do it. It doesn't make it right, of course, but it leaves Monica with this horrible, complicated feeling that her enemy was also a victim.
So in the end, Monica won the battle, but the war is clearly just getting started. The people who manipulated Casey, the real masterminds, they're still out there, hiding in the shadows. Which leaves us with the big question. What new dangers and what new enemies are going to come for the Silent Witch in Volume 3?
Plot Capsule